Little Red Riding Hood by Grimm Brothers. Once upon a time, there was a kind little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She always wore a bright red cloak with a bright red hood. Little Red Riding Hood lived with her mother on the edge of some deep, dark woods. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother gave her a pot of vegetable soup. "But remember the rules of the woods," her mother added. Rules of the woods. Number 1. Keep to the path. Number 2. Don't talk to wolves. At first, the sun shone and the birds sang. Little Red Riding Hood walked deeper and deeper into the woods. It grew darker and darker. So Little Red Riding Hood didn't see the wolf waiting for her on the path. "Look where you're going," said the wolf huffily. "But you were in the middle of the path," said Little Red Hood. She had forgotten the rule, "Don't talk to wolves." "Perhaps I can eat Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother," he thought. He put on his softest voice. "Where does your grandmother live?" he asked. "Let yourself in," said the grandmother. Gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Then he climbed into bed to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. "Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with," said the wolf. "But grandmother, what big sharp teeth you have!" "All the better to eat you with," snapped the wolf. "I'll just make sure she's okay." But the woodcutter couldn't see the grandmother anywhere, only a very fat wolf. He picked up some scissors. Then he snipped open the wolf's tummy. Little Red Riding Hood's head popped out. The woodcutter kept cutting until grandmother popped out too. As for Little Red Riding Hood, she never, ever talked to wolf again. Wore a bright red cloak with a bright red hood on the edge of some deep, dark woods. A pot. Remember, rules of the woods. Keep to the path, shone. Deeper and deeper, grew darker and darker. The wolf waiting for her. "Look where you're going!" Huffily, in the middle of, had forgotten. Perhaps, put on his softest voice. "Where?" "Let yourself in." "Gobble up." "Climb into." "What big ears you have." "All the better." "Snap." "Make sure she's okay." A woodcutter. Pop out. Kept cutting. As for Little Red Riding Hood,